tell, sir. Our lights, our license plate, leans and leaks. Okay? Clearance lights, headlights, and marker lights on the side of the truck that are properly secured. They are not bent, broken, or damaged, and they are the proper color. License plate properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, up to date and clean. There's no leaning, which would indicate a bad tire, bad suspension, or a shift in the load. There are no leaks, which could be indicated by fuel, coolant, oil, or any other type of leak. Okay? Air canister filter. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. Air canister boot is properly secured. Has no abrasions, blisters, or cuts. And from now on, I'll be using ABCs on anything rubber or plastic from now on. Radiator. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is not leaking. And I use voices so that it helps. Radiator support, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Upper and lower radiator hoses. They are properly secured. They are not bent, broken, or damaged, have no ABCs, and they are not leaking. And all of the clamps are properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Fan shroud and fan blades, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. There's no cracks or missing blades. Where is that bad boy? Turbo. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. A sign of a leak would be soot or oil. I'm going to follow my exhaust all the way back. Okay? And all the way up. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is also not leaking, a sign of soot or oil. Heat shield is properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay. Fuel tank. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. It's secured by two metal straps. They're not bent, broken, or damaged. In between the straps and the fuel tank, you have the rubber gaskets that have no ABCs. Fuel cap. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. Underneath, it's secured with a safety chain, and it's got a rubber gasket in there that has no ABCs. It's not leaking. Okay. All right. Air to air. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. And the boots on either side have no ABCs, not leaking.
All right.
My belt-driven alternator. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. The wires going to and from have no bare or exposed or arcing wires. My serpentine belt is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. There's no cuts, no frays, and there can be no more than 3/4 of an inch of deflection. My gear-driven water pump. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged, and it's not leaking. If you had another pulley right here with a belt, then you would tell them that it's belt driven. I don't want it to seem like I'm treating you like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm doing this so that for the video, so I'm treating you as a D1.
Okay.
So I'm just going through the motions.
No big deal.
So no offense. I'm not trying to offend your end. Frame. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. There's no cracks or illegal welds. Oil filter. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is not leaking. Shock absorber is properly secured. Not bent, broken, or damaged. Not leaking. Leaf spring hanger, leaf springs, and U-bolts are properly secured. Not bent, broken, or damaged. And there's no scissoring. What am I looking for? Steering axle and tie rod, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, and they're secured with a castle nut and a cotter pin. I can show you on the other side. Where is it? Brake line and ABS wire, properly secured, no ABCs, not leaking, no bare or exposed wires. Brake canister, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Again, it's not leaking. Slack adjuster and push rod, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, and can have no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are off. So, these have got drum brakes. The drums and the pads are properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No cracks, no illegal welds. There's no grease or oil in between the drums and the pads to inhibit stopping. And the pads can have no less than 1/4 of an inch of padding or material. Inner and outer rims, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No cracks, no illegal welds. Inner and outer sidewalls have no ABCs. They're not leaking. They are filled to the proper level. They are properly beaded to the flange, which is not bent, broken, or damaged. And again, it's not leaking. Think of a bike tire. How do you get to the inner tube?
You take off the tire.
You break the bead, right?
Yeah.
These don't have tubes. So if you break the bead,
Then
it leaks out.
Yeah.
Lug nuts. Oh, wait a minute. Go back up here. Tires evenly worn, can have no less than 430 seconds of tread, and these cannot be recaps. So what I tell you guys, virgins. What are those ones?
Not virgins.
They're sluts.
Yeah. Okay.
Different way of looking at it. Lug nuts, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. They are all present. There's no shininess or rust to indicate looseness. Hub seal, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, filled to the proper level, and it's not leaking. Valve stem is somewhere around here. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking, and it has a metal cap, whether it does or not. Okay? So even if you don't see a metal cap, the testers are testing you, not our trucks. They already know our trucks. Okay. So again, if you're with me, I will ask you, did you get everything? And if you go, I go, are you sure? You go, I go, okay, let's move on. Okay. What that does is, hopefully, when you're on the test, you'll sit here and go, did I get everything? For that split second that it takes, and go, if you're satisfied that you got everything, then you can move. You can tell yourself, okay, yeah, I got everything, and we're going to go to the other side. Okay?
And hold on just a second. Let's go for a drive.
Okay.
We'll come back and do your pre-trip. What I would like you to do real quick is turn your headlights on, and we're going to enter flash.
When you get to this side, I'm going to inspect my radiator support, my shroud, my hat, my air-to-air, my frame, my suspension, my brakes and tires, just like I did the other side.
Okay. Easy.
Very easy.
Yep. Knock that out.
Yeah. Coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, and washer reservoir. They are all properly secured. They are not bent, broken, or damaged. They're not leaking, and they're filled to the proper level. And they all have caps.
Yeah.
Now, you got lines here, don't you?
Yeah. No ABCs on the
lines going to and from, and they're not leaking. We don't worry about this one yet, okay? Because this one goes to here, right?
Right.
That one is...
So we say that when we get to the steering box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? So, your gear-driven power steering pump, gear-driven air compressor, and your gear-driven fuel pump. They're all properly secured. They're not bent, broken, or damaged, and they are not leaking. And again, all the lines going to and from have no ABCs, not leaking. Okay? Your water filter, it is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is not leaking. Fuel water separator, it is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. And again, the lines going to and from have no ABCs, not leaking. Even though you mentioned this line, it's a good idea to mention the lines.
Okay.
Because you haven't touched this one yet until you get to here.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
I hope that this is helping a hell of a lot better.
It is.
Okay. Now, your air lines and power cords going to and from the cab have no ABCs, properly secured, not leaking, no bare exposed wires. Your steering shaft and your U-joints at both ends, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, and there's no excessive play. What they're looking for is 10 degrees, okay? But if you turn this, what's that doing up there?
Turn the steering wheel.
So, if you can turn this 360 degrees, what's that tell you?
Then you can turn the steering wheel 360 degrees.
Yeah, but what else does that tell you?
That there's a lot of free play?
That you have no steering.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
what I'm getting at. If you ever have that, call your company, tell your shop that you need a hook, you have no steering.
Okay.
Okay? Steering gearbox, sorry. Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking, right? And all the lines going to and from have no ABCs, not leaking. Your 3 points of 3-point steering linkage. As long as you point at each one, you can call it 3-point steering linkage. Okay? Or 3-piece is what I'm looking for. 3-piece steering linkage. It is properly secured. It's not bent, broken, or damaged. And it's secured with a castle nut and a cotter pin. Yeah, get the hell. Get the hell out of here. Okay. See that great, or that black cylinder right there? Right in between the frame and the fuel tank?
Yeah.
That's your air governor dryer. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking.
You can see that better.
Eric? Fuck off. Hey,
I said it for you.
how's your head, jackass? That'll
We're
teach
taking
you.
off.
All right. Go ahead and pause that for a second.
Yep.
All right. So, air canister. Did you get everything?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mirror support. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay? While you're here, you're going to inspect this fuel tank the same way as you did on the other side. Your door opens from the outside and the inside properly. The door is properly secured. It's not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not sagging or leaning. Your 3 points of contact.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. And it holds my skinny ass. I have spare fuses in the glove box. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
Where is that little switch at? Oh, right here.
yeah. Okay. My safety triangles are properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. They're all present, right? DOT requires that we carry a minimum of a 5-pound BC fire extinguisher. Here at Sage, we carry a 10-pound ABC. It is fully charged. The pin is in place, and the inspection tag, whether it has one or not, is up to date. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, got the spare fuses. Oh, and there's no debris on the steps.
Okay.
Okay. I have enough space between here and the tractor so that when I turn, and I also have enough space between my drives and my landing gear so that when I turn, I don't collide. It's a minimum of 3 feet.
Okay.
Now you can see your air canister, or air dryer canister. That one, right? Yep. Okay. So right in front of them, you got your primary air tanks.
Yes.
Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking, and all the lines going to and from have no ABCs, not leaking. Air lines and power cord are properly elevated off the deck. There's no ABCs, they're not leaking. Before I hooked up to the power cord, has no bare or exposed wires. Before I hooked up to the trailer, I inspected my glad hands to make sure that there were no ABCs on the gaskets and that they were not leaking, and the power cord plug had no debris in it. I'm going to inspect this part of the frame just like I did up front. Catwalk or deck, I don't care what you call it, is properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, and it also has no debris. Your battery box, it is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged, and I'm going to inspect my batteries once or twice a week for any signs of corrosion, leakage, or bare or arcing wires. Right underneath it, we have our driveline and our U-bolts, U-joints, sorry, excuse me, U-joints. God, now I'm doing like you guys. Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay? Right there is your torque bar that goes east and west. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay?
Yep.
All right. You got to do 3 axles on the test. So your brake canister, your brake line, and your ABS wire, they are all properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Has no ABCs, not leaking. Brake canister is properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No ABCs, or not leaking. No bare exposed wires on the ABS.
Okay.
Okay. Slack adjuster and push rod. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged, and can have, again, no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are off or released. Leaf spring hanger, leaf springs, and U-bolts. They're properly secured. They are not bent, broken, or damaged, and there's no scissoring on the leaf springs. Okay?
Okay.
Now, while you're here, you don't even have to, you know that it's got a shock absorber or an airbag, right?
Yeah.
What's the point on it? Your shock absorber and your airbag, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking, no ABCs, not leaking. That covers all of that part, right?
Yeah.
Now we go back into our drums and our pads. Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. There's no grease or oil in between the drums and the pads to inhibit you from stopping. Can have no less than 1/4 of an inch of padding or material. Inner and outer rims of both tires. They are properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No cracks or illegal welds. In between, they are what?
Married.
Married. There's no debris in between, and the tires are divorced or not touching. Inner and outer sidewalls of both tires. Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No ABCs, not leaking.
No less than 30 seconds.
We're not there yet. We're not. Okay. Filled to the proper level. They're properly beaded to the flange, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking. Tire wears evenly worn. Now the tire depth is 230 seconds, no less, and cannot be, or can be, a recap and retread,
Yeah.
or a slap.
Yeah.
Just don't say that on the test.
Okay.
Your lug nuts, they're all properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, none missing, no shininess or rust to indicate looseness. Axle cap, it is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's not leaking. For today's exercise, you're a truck driver. You are not a mechanic. So you're not going to climb underneath to fill it from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Valve stems, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking. They both have metal caps. Before you hooked up to this trailer, what 3 things did you inspect? Fifth wheel, to make sure it was properly greased.
Yeah.
Kingpin and apron to make sure it's not bent, broken, or damaged, and there's no daylight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Or no gap. Right. You're going to inspect this axle and the other 2 on the other side, just like you did that one. Okay? Your mudafrapa, it is properly secured. It's not bent, broken, or damaged. No more than 10 inches off the ground. Covers both tires, and it's got DOT tape. Now, I can't do it, but on the test, you're going to have to. You're going to have to climb underneath and talk about your locking jaws. They're properly secured. They're not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay? Your reverse light and your tail lights, or brake lights, I don't care what you call them, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, proper color. Here, where are you? You're right. Nope. Right here. Your floor joists, cross members, cross beams, whatever the hell you want to call them. They're all properly secured. They're all present, none missing, not bent, broken, or damaged. And there's no holes the entire length of my floor. Landing gear is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It's raised all the way up, and there's no debris on the feet. As you come out, landing gear handle properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged.
Mm-hmm.
And it's secured properly. Your fifth wheel, because we forgot about it, but you can get it as you come back up.
Okay.
Fifth wheel, it is properly secured. It's a sliding fifth wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the pins are in place and the release handle is in the locked position. Okay? That's it for that. All right, so I'm going to do this again. The front and side of my trailer has no new or excessive damage. Clearance lights, marker lights, properly secured, proper color, not bent, broken, or damaged. I have DOT tape that runs the length of the trailer. If it does not, it has to be a minimum of 50%. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Airlines. They are properly secured. They are not bent, broken, or damaged. They're properly elevated off the ground. No ABCs, not to leaking. This is a sliding tandem. It is properly secured. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. Pins are in place. And the release handle is in the locked position. If you have a push button one, so the release button is in the locked position. Leaf spring, let's see, brake canisters and brake lines. This does not have an ABS line or a light, so we don't have to worry about the ABS.
Right.
It is brake lines and brake chamber properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking, no ABCs, not leaking. Slack adjuster and push rod properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Again, and have no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are released. Drums and pads properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No illegal welds, no cracks. Cannot have grease or oil in between them to inhibit you from stopping. Can have no less than 1/4 inch of padding or material. Leaf spring hangers, and U-bolts properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No scissoring of the leaf springs. And your torsion or torque bar, okay, it's properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay. Inner and outer rims, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. No cracks or illegal welds. They're properly married together, no debris. Tires are not touching. Inner and outer sidewalls, properly secured, no ABCs, not leaking. They're properly beaded to the flange, which is not bent, broken, or damaged. Again, not leaking. Filled to the proper level. Tire wear is evenly worn, no less than 2 seconds of tread. And again, these can be recaps or retreads. Lug nuts, they're all properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. They're all present, no sign of shininess or rust to indicate looseness. Hub seal, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, not leaking, filled to the proper level. You're going to inspect this axle and the other two on the other side, just like you did that one. Equalizer, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Okay. You have an air tank back there. Okay. When you're doing the test, you're going to be underneath the trailer.
Yeah.
So don't forget the air tank, the secondary air tank that's back here. It's properly secured, not been broken or damaged, not leaking. All the lines going to and from it have no ABCs, not leaking. You're going to inspect this mud flap, just like you did that one.
Okay.
Door hook or door tie back, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Clearance lights, tail lights, or brake lights, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Proper color. Your doors and door latches, they don't give it on the test. You know how everybody talks about the hinges? They're not even on the fucking test.
Okay.
So it's the door latches and the doors themselves.
Okay.
Properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged, and they work. I have DOT tape that runs the width of the door hooks, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. DOT bunker, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. It also has tape across it. License plate, properly secured, not bent, broken, or damaged. Clean, up to date. Has a white light. And I have everybody touch the white light. Number one, it shows you where the fuck it's at. Number two, it shows the tester, you know where it's at.
Okay.
Because we have two trailers, one here. We have one that has here, and then the rest of them are up here. Like a normal, like on a pickup.
Yeah.
You're gonna inspect this side of the trailer, just like you did the other side. Okay? Do
Okay.
you want me to do the end cab for you, or
No.
you're good with that one?